Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my talk on how to build a successful podcast. Have you ever wanted to make your own podcast, but weren't sure where to start? Well, look no further. Today I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks on how to create a podcast that will engage your listeners and help you stand out from the crowd. First, let's start with the basics. What is a podcast? A podcast is simple. An audio show that can be found online. It can be about any topic, from books and movies to politics and sports. The great thing about podcasts is that they are easy to produce, and once they are out there, they can reach a wide audience. Next, let's talk about how to create a successful podcast. First of all, it's important to choose a topic and format that you are passionate about and that will be in tier. Sting to your listeners. Once you have your topic and format, you can start to plan out your content. It's important to create an outline of your podcast to ensure that it flows logically and smoothly. Next, it's time to record your podcast. You can do this with any recording device, such as a phone or computer. Just make sure that the quality is good enough for your listeners to understand. There are plenty of free tools online that can help you with this, such as Audacity and GarageBand. Once you have recorded your podcast, it's time to edit it. This is where you can do things like add music, sound effects, and the like. Editing is also important for removing any mistakes or background noise that you may have accidentally recorded. Now that you have your podcast recorded and edited, it's time to get it out there. There are plenty of podcast hosting platforms available, such as SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher. All you need to do is upload your podcast and provide a description of it, and then your podcast will be available to the world. Finally, the last step to creating a successful podcast is to promote it. You can do this through social media, blogs, and podcasts directories. You can even create a website to host your podcast and promote it to your listeners. That's it. Those are my tips on how to create a successful podcast. I hope you found this helpful and that you now feel more confident in starting your own podcast. Remember to always be creative, stay passionate, and don't forget to remind people to subscribe to your channel. Thank you for listening, and I wish you the best of luck with your podcasting endeavors.